Hello, welcome to this tutorial where I'm going to show you how you can draw beautiful snowdrops. I used to struggle with drawing any kind of flower. I didn't know where to start and I went big on detail too soon. But once I started using 2 key tips, that all changed. I'll show you what I've learned, I'll give you some tips for colouring, and I'll share how I've turned my snowdrops into gorgeous illustrations. So let's get started. My first tip is to use a reference. I have a beautiful 50-year-old botanical book and I have some photos I took of the snowdrops in our garden. And let me stress, these are references. I'm not going to draw all of the snowdrops as they appear in the pictures. I'm going to refer to them to tell me how the leaves join the stem, what shape the petals are, and how they hang from the top of the stem. Understanding how a snowdrop is put together means I can draw them however I want, even if it's not how they appear in nature. I can put them in a wreath, in a heart shape, or I can use them to decorate a corner. Now, I want you to bear with me because we are going to start with a very rough outline, and I'll explain why in a moment. Using a light pencil, draw a curved stem. It's almost like a question mark. And at the end, add a triangle to represent the whole shape of the petals. Now add 3 ovals inside the triangle, roughly where you want petals to be. Add 2 long ovals from the base to represent leaves on the stem. Okay, now I know right now it looks really rough, so let me explain. My second tip is that blocking out anything you draw with rough shapes first helps you establish the overall structure and proportions and layout before getting lost in the details. It's like setting up a blueprint. Once you're happy with the basic shape, you can confidently add details. I used to overthink every petal and leaf, but I've found that this way of using simple shapes to work from stops me over-investing in the detail, and nature is a great place to start because any wonky petals or leaves just look even more natural. So let's flesh this out a little. Using my photo as a reference, I can see how I need to widen my stem. I can see there's a little cap at the top of the triangle where the petals join the stem. The outer petals curve from a narrow connection where they join the cap, they get wider and then they get narrower again. And they become softly pointed at the ends. The leaves form from the bottom of the stem and end roughly about halfway up, and they end in a soft point too. Add thin lines in the direction of the leaf or petal to suggest shape and curvature. Adding all of this at this point is the fun bit because we've done all the hard work of deciding where to position our petals and leaves already, and next I'll show you how to put together a small cluster of snowdrops using the blocking technique, and we'll add colour. But tell me, now you know these top tips, will you give it a go? I'd love to hear if you do, so let me know in the comments below. And if you found it useful, you can help me by giving this video a thumbs up and watching until the end for some more simple doodle ideas. I'm not going to overcomplicate this cluster. I'm keeping it as a simple, clean line drawing or doodle. Using what we've learned from our first drawing, I'm going to plan out a little cluster, and I'm going to position the petal heads first because they are the focal point of my design. Next, I'll add the locations of the leaves and the stems. I'll refine the shapes and then I'll add the details. Let's start with colouring leaves before I show you how to colour something which is pure white. My favourite medium for little scenes like this is coloured pencil. I always use well sharpened points because I can get into some really tiny areas. Coloured pencils are unique because you mix the colour directly onto the page, so always work in soft layers. I use a light and a dark version of the same colour, starting with the lightest layer first, and can you see how lightly I'm applying this green all over the leaf? Now I'm going to add a darker shade of green where the leaf will be in shadow. If there's no obvious place for shadow, darken the tip and the base of the leaf. That at least will make your leaf look a little bit more realistic. Finally, I layer all over it again in my first light colour. This pulls everything together. Now to the petals. These are pure white, so we're going to pick out the very subtle folds in grey. It doesn't take much to suggest curves and keep it soft. Here are some examples of how I varied the angle the flower head dangles from the stem, or I've added petals at different angles. I've curved the stems to make a wreath and curved leaves towards each other to form a cup shape. But in each case, I began with a rough guide to try out placements and make sure they worked before I added details in pen, erased my blocking and coloured in. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more easy art tutorials. And what shall we draw next? Let me know in the comments. Take care.